Okay, how about now? How are we doing now? Hi everyone. How are we doing? There we go. So, guys, what in my computer would be making my mic go off without me turning it off? That's my question. Or maybe I could just troubleshoot my mic before we go live, but it's just so weird. It's very weird. Um, all right, everyone. Hi. I've missed you all. It's been a while. Hello. Yeah, poltergeist, friendly ghosts, computer elves. It's just weird, guys. And this is you know, not a Mac, a PC. And I'm not used to that. So I don't know. Maybe there's just something I'm missing. I don't use headphones. Yeah, very weird. Very weird, right? Um, yeah, he burned incense in front of his computer and it worked. Yeah, maybe I need to do like a cleansing ceremony. Um, hi, Belinda. Yes, I'm here to cheer you up. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's why I'm here. Hello. Hello, everyone. Quick preen. How are we all doing? YouTube automatically mutes every video for you. Huh. I don't know. All right. Check mute and Bluetooth. I'll try a few things. Evie has to go. We just got here. Bye, Evie. So what do we have to say? What do I have to say to you? Hello from Athens. Hi. Bay leaves. I always cheer you guys up. Oh, good. Huh. Do you like my Dorothy look today? I spruced it a little bit with roses. What do you think? Because I was like, oh, I wish I had some little bows to put on my pigtails. And I was like, why don't I just try a flower on each side? Cute, huh? I did have a good birthday. Thank you all for asking. It was great. And we had a really fun Zoom birthday party on Friday night. So thank you all who came to that on Patreon. It was so fun. So I look like a picnic snack. Well, when you wear your Dorothy hair, you need to wear gingham, even if it's orange gingham. So this is the night and day dress. Should I stand up? I haven't been wearing petticoats lately, guys, because just like, who can be bothered, right? But the night and day dress has a seam down the center front. So, and then these panels are cut on the bias, so you can do that kind of thing. And then I found this like vintage lace trim. It's really cute around the bottom. So it is like a little picnic dress. You're not late. So yeah, this is the round neckline version, sleeveless, unlined. Yeah, I actually made this for Dapper Day. I don't think it was last year. It was the year before in Orlando. And I had this really cute little hat with orange flowers on it. It was super cute. I wore this to the Epcot day and I had a little orange parasol too. Yeah. So, oh, and then what happened yesterday? So we talked about my birthday. Yesterday I was planning to be back for a live, and then it was like end of days out there. I don't know what was going on here yesterday, but we had really heavy winds, and then there was we were supposed to get thunderstorms in the afternoon, and that didn't really materialize. But the winds were just crazy, and it was just knocking things out, knocking trees down. All the traffic from the main road out there was diverted through my road, so it was like Grand Central Station out there, and then the internet was going in and out all morning, and so I canceled the live, and I'm glad I did, because I actually didn't get it. Went out completely for the rest of the afternoon, and then I didn't get internet back until like 7 p.m. So I would have had to cancel it in any case. So I missed you guys yesterday. Happy to be back today for a little live preen. Check my pigtails. No, I'm not in the Southeast. I'm in New York State. I got my belt from a little shop called Amazon.com. It's by Malcolm Moats. Hi, Michelle. I missed you guys too. It's been a while. You know what I really missed was like doing my hair and makeup, because I really just gave in to the sloth over the weekend, and no hair, no makeup. And it was kind of fun putting on an outfit and doing a little something today and being like, oh yeah, I am attractive. I forgot. Because I have just been looking like a hot mess around the house. I brushed my hair like once over 4 days. It was bad. But sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to take a little break. I did a lot of sewing too. So much sewing. So on Friday, I did the video for Patreon for what month are we going into? May. So shot that here. And as I've mentioned, it's not going to be like the quality that you have become accustomed to over the past couple of months, but I think it's going to be okay. I actually ended up using a GoPro for the overhead shot. It's hard to get a lot of equipment right now because everyone's buying it up for like working at home. But GoPros, no one's really using, I guess, because we're not going anywhere. But it worked great to get a wide overhead shot from only like 2 feet away. So that was the shot I was the most worried about. And I got that. I am a little worried about the sound because I just use the mics like in the cameras. So did I wear it on my head? I'll do that next time. Put it in my center part. I mounted it in like an overhead. I have this like really funny overhead mount for a camera, and it ended up working for the GoPro too. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm a little worried about the audio. I mean, you'll be able to hear me. All of this is like, you can see it and you'll be able to hear me. It just won't be like super high quality. But I mean, it is what it is right now. So wait, the other thing I wanted to say is that I am so close, you guys, to figuring out how to do a dual camera live stream. So I have a second webcam. Thanks, Mom. And I downloaded this software called OBS, Open Broadcast Software. And I just kind of figured out today how to actually hook the cameras up. And now I just have to watch a couple more YouTube videos and figure out how to stream both cameras simultaneously. So maybe sometime this week, we could do a test live where I'm like doing something on the table and I also have a camera up front and we're playing around with it. I'm not going to plan anything like major or important, but it might just be fun to try it out. And then we can do like live sewing streams, which I'm excited about. Oh, thank you, Michelle. She says, you must know that we totally appreciate any video you and Melisha and the team put together for us. Oh, I love you guys too. Thank you. I just want it to be really good for you, but it is what it is right now. I know, look at me turning into a techie. I know, OBS, everyone, Open Broadcast Software. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, I've been really excited. The more new stuff, I've been like simultaneously overwhelmed and then excited and like back and forth. Like I kind of go back and forth between, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm learning this thing. And then I'm like, too much. So I think it's just getting like a good balance. So anyway, I sewed up on Friday on camera. I sewed up like the main Patreon project. And then like Sunday and Monday, because I didn't have any internet yesterday, I mostly did sewing. I sewed like a second version of the Patreon project for May, and it is so beautiful. I cannot wait to show it to you guys. So, yeah, you can only do what you can do. The brand of the belt is Malco Modes. Okay, So what just happened to my light? What happened to my light, everyone? Do we feel like my light just like when I touched my belt, the friendly ghosts messed with my light? Cheers, everyone. Ding. I'm already on my second soda of the day, which is not great. But I have been instituting some other good habits today, so it's not surprising that I'm backsliding on another. But yeah, so my new good habits are I'm going to try to go for like a substantial walk every day. And that's kind of without Hattie. It's without Hattie. Don't tell her. Because Hattie is not a great walker. She'll do like around the block and then that's kind of it for her. I mean, she'll keep going, but honestly, you're never going to get any exercise because she has to like sniff every blade of grass and pee 80 million times. So yeah, so I can't really take her on long walks. She does have her little baby carrier, but today I just went out for like a 45-minute long walk at lunch, which was really good. And then the other thing I'm trying to do, I need a little trolley, is cut back on the sweets because I feel like I have been kind of like rewarding myself with like through the quarantine. You know, at the beginning, it was like, well, we can't leave the house, so we might as well, you know, eat Oreos every day. And so I think part of my like new good habits, I think it's partially because yesterday was a full month of quarantine for me. So it's kind of gotten to the point where it's like, okay, these habits can't like I'm preparing myself for another month. So I'm like, I can't be doing that. I can't be eating Oreos every single day. Like, yeah, in moderation, fine. But like, I've allowed myself to get into some habits that I wouldn't like allow myself otherwise if we weren't in quarantine. And I think for a while it was like understandable. And I was like cutting myself a lot of slack. And now I'm like, all right. I'm done cutting myself too much slack. So I'm not saying no Oreos. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, this is not going to be COVID-19. Yeah, this is not going to be no Oreos. Like, I'm not a saint here, but like, I think getting a little more exercise and not having quite as much sugar as I was having. Melisha just had an Oreo ice cream bar. I'm all for it, Melisha. I support you. I'm just saying. Yeah. What is moderation with Oreos? And yeah, then there's like baking and yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a downer here, guys. I'm just trying to like regain some sense of moderation in my life. And also just like see like how that could maybe change my mindset a little bit. You guys do what you need to do. I like I said, I am not a saint here, and I have been like hitting the sweets every single day. And the other thing I'm going to try to do is like journal a little bit more. We talked about my journal a couple weeks ago, and I really keep it as like sort of more like a bullet journal to like be more productive. But I think I'm going to try. I was reading something today on the New York Times about how we should all be keeping coronavirus journals. And you can think of it as just like a jotting. You don't have to like be, Diary of Anne Frank here. But I mean, I say Diary of Anne Frank because they were like talking about the impact that like personal writings could have on people in the future. Like this is a really interesting time in history, and if we all kind of keep track of like what's going on in our lives and sort of like our emotional states, like that could be interesting, like first person source material in the future. And I don't know, they're saying like, you don't need to think of yourself as like, you're going to write the next great American Diary or whatever it is. But I did think it was interesting. That, I mean, people 50 years in the future aren't going to be able to read my cursive anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I did think it might be interesting to try to incorporate a little bit more just like what's going on in the world and like emotionally for me. So I've been trying to incorporate that just a little bit more. So yeah, so those are kind of I'm turning over some new leaves now that I'm starting month 2 of quarantine. Mine would be so boring. Yeah, so all right, you guys are confirming that this is a good thing to do. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of thinking of it as like maybe writing one or two sentences about where we are sort of in the world in all of this. So, or my personal timeline. So, over the weekend, it was like, this marks, a full month of quarantine since I shut down the studio. And then a little bit about how it's like affecting me personally. And like, I don't know, I'm not putting any judgment on myself about how I feel affected. Like yesterday, I got really sad because I was like, what if Disney World never reopens? Like, I don't know, I suddenly went down like that path. And I was like getting all teary about that. But so that was where I was yesterday. And yeah, so I just kind of like wrote a sentence about that. You don't have to like write an essay, but it's the best for separating the days. Yeah, I mean, I also think like, don't say, I know, I'm sorry, Maren. I actually thought of you yesterday because I know you're such a Disney World enthusiast like I am. Yeah, so, and also just to kind of like, I think I've been a little too hard on myself in terms of productivity. Like I've been really like not forgiving at all with myself about what I accomplished during this time. And I've been using my bullet journal as kind of like a way to track my productivity for so long that I think especially now it's just maybe it's like backfiring on me a little bit, because if I can't get to everything on my to-do list because of various external factors, it like makes me feel kind of crappy. So I'm like trying to think of other ways that the journal could be really good for me right now, besides just like punishing myself. Yeah. So I don't know. That's my update. Use journal prompts. Yeah, I'm really just doing a couple of sentences, but maybe it'll get me interested in doing more. All right. So, what now? Oh, I think the Coke Zero changes the light a little bit. No? No? Yes? Am I planning an end of quarantine dress? No, I'm not. I'm kind of like I'm carrying on with things that I would have been sewing for work anyway. And as I mentioned last week, we're kind of rethinking a little bit like what we're going to be releasing during this time. I'm not 100% sure, but like I'm pretty much sewing for Patreon, which is great. Is Coke paying me? Oh, Coke Zero. So refreshing. Coke Zero, I'd appreciate if you could send me some money. Look at this product placement. What's the fabric on my right? Oh, this? You guys are probably reversed. These are my mom's quilts. You want to talk about this? So you want Coke all of a sudden? I mean, I am just such a good spokesperson. Guys, this is actually cherry vanilla Coke Zero. I don't know if you've had this. This is my right. This is actually my left. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think the camera reverses it. All right, everyone. So I do have a little topic for today, which is I keep getting questions about fabrics for the Hepburn top, which we started the pre-order for last week. And I still, unfortunately, don't have samples of the Hepburn top at home to show you, but I should have them with me soon. So we can do a little, we should do a little, whoa, train of thought, where'd it go? Fashion show, Maren. Well, I just, I've had many questions about Hepburn and stable knits and what does that mean? And I have talked about it before, but hey, why not do it again? So I did bring some knits to talk about, and we can talk about like stretch percentages and all that. So, okay, so just to kind of give you the rundown, the Hepburn top, excuse me, Coke Zero. Okay. So the Hepburn top is drafted for stable knits. Okay. And that means that there is not too much stretch to the knit. Okay. So if you think of different types of knits, you have your like very slinky, stretchy jerseys that have a lot of stretch to them and have a lot of drape. That's not what this is made for. It's made for a stable knit, which is usually like a beefier, less stretchy knit is the best way I can put it. So if you're looking for names of types of knits, they are on the pattern recommendations. So my top recommendations would be Ponte and double knit. Okay. But beyond that, oh, and also French terry might be a good one too, because I think it's pretty stable, but I'm kind of looking a little bit more into that. So beyond that, like I would say you can order any like Ponte and double knit and be secure in the fact that it's going to be a good choice. Okay. Like you don't have to worry too much about the stretch percentage. You can probably just go ahead and order it and know that it's going to work. And I see people asking about scuba. The thing about scuba is that some scubas are very, very stretchy and some are more stable. So I can't say that all scubas would work. Like Melisha, wasn't that one that you ordered recently and we were thinking about doing the Peter Pan bolero with it? It said it was like a double knit scuba and she ordered it off of Etsy and it was like super, super stretchy and way too drapey and slinky for what we were looking for. So that's what I would say is that there's no, like, when it comes to scuba, I can't like say yes or no, like some might be okay. I would say if it's something that you're not sure about, then you want to be looking at the stretch percentage. But for the most part, something like Ponte and double knit, you can feel pretty safe ordering like sight unseen and know that it's going to be a good fit for the project. So I did want to talk about, okay, but what if you're not sure and you have the fabric and you're not sure if it's going to be a good fit, or you see the stretch percentage on the website where you're looking to buy it from. So for the Hepburn top, we are recommending 10 to 25% stretch. Okay, I'm going to talk about what that means. And then I'll tell you also a little bit about how if you have something that's a little bit more stretch, like what to do, like can you use it and how to use it. Okay. So yeah, so Mary just said, I just finished the Peter Pan bolero and a Ponte knit and it came out so perfect. So, I mean, yeah, just Ponte is going to be a great choice. Double knit's going to be a great choice. Wool knits can be a really good choice, but it depends on the type they are. So usually wool double knits are going to be the best. So let's talk about some different types of knits. I did bring this this wrap top. You guys remember this Butterick wrap top? Ooh, look how that changed the light. This was like one of my Butterick patterns. It like wraps around. It's like a little cropped sort of wrap thing. And Jen, is Jen here today? She was asking about this fabric. She was asking about purple roses, and I could not. I thought she was talking about the Liberty fabric, and then she said it was one of my fabrics. And if you guys don't know this, I used to have a fabric line at Joann's Fabrics, and they wanted to do a bunch of knits. I think it was like the first or second season that I had with them. So we did this like rayon knit, and this is an example of something that would not be a good choice. So I was like looking around for a more slinky knit. This is a rayon jersey. It's very, very stretchy. Okay. So, and Jen, if you're here, because you were asking about this, and I'm sorry, no one realized what you were talking about. If you're still looking for this fabric, it's been so long. It's probably been 6 years. So unfortunately, that is no longer. So let's see. So what you're going to do, this is stretch percentage. Mom, I'm teaching math again. I just thought you might want to know. My mom always laughs at me because I was terrible at math as a kid, and I didn't understand why I needed to know it. And now here I am needing to know it. So kids, stay in school. All right, so what you're going to do is take 4 inches of the fabric. All right, so you're going to measure out 4 inches. I have a ruler right here, a clear ruler. You're going to lay it out. You're going to grab 4 inches. All right, so from fingernail to fingernail right there is 4 inches. And now I'm going to stretch it as far as it can go. So this stretches to a little over 6 inches. So that's more than 50% stretch. Okay. Right? Because 4 inches, half of 4 is 2. So if it stretched 2 more inches, that means it stretches 50%. So this is a very stretchy knit. Okay. So this is not a great choice. It's also very thin, more like a jersey. Not a great choice. All right. So does that make sense to everyone why this has 50% stretch? I'm going to get it out of my light now. Oh, that's better. That's better. All right. Math. All right. So this, how does this affect my light? A little better. This is a, my mom says, good girl. Thanks, Mom. Yes, Miss Gertie. Miss Gertie's math class. All right, math is really hard, guys. I think it's yeah. You either have a math brain or you don't, and I don't got it, but I do my best. I know as much as I need to know for the purposes of sewing. Okay, so this is a double knit, I believe, that I bought at B&J. So I'm going to take 4 inches of this, and I'm going to stretch it. It only stretches to 5 inches. Okay, so that means it stretched 1 inch, which is 25% of 4 inches. So this has 25% stretch. So this would be perfect. Do you see the difference in the drape too? Like it just looks a little bit beefier. And when I try to stretch it, it like there's some resistance to it here. You see what I'm saying? So it's Melisha purple. It's actually like a magenta. Melisha, this is the one that I bought you some of too. I went to the fabric store and I was like, oh no, I bought it for Melisha to make a sample garment in, but then I wanted it too. So I had to buy enough for both of us. This is helpful. Okay, good. You already have it. Oh, no, you don't have it. I have all of the yardage here. You'll have it all in good time. All right, so let's talk about a knit that's maybe a little less stretchy. Oh, so let's talk about online purchasing of these knits. So I bought this one from, has some tissue in it, from Emma One Sock. I know I've talked about them before. Sorry, hold on. I know I've talked about Emma One Sock. I like them a lot because they have stretch percentages in the product descriptions, which can be so helpful. The one thing about online shopping is you do sometimes end up with some duds. And for me, I feel like this is a bit of a dud. I didn't realize it's like a blue small scale plaid. Can you guys see the and I was planning on making a Peter Pan bolero from it, but I'm not honestly super inspired by it. So I probably won't do anything with it, but it's great to have, if it's something that is not going to work, you guys like it, I will probably use it to make muslins, because that's the other thing is that if you're, I would say it's more important for like pattern companies, if you're going to be testing out a pattern, I wouldn't want to test out a pattern that's meant for a stable knit in actual muslin. So it's good to have things on hand that you can test patterns in for stable knits. All right, so let's talk about this one because this one feels a lot more stable. And I believe this one's a Ponte. So I'm going to take 4 inches of this one. And it only stretches to about 4.5. So, Mom, what is that? 12.5. That would be like 12.5%, right? So that's less stretch. So that's why we said, so this would work too, okay? But it has less stretch. So that's why we gave you a range of 10 to 25%. Okay. Let's see if Mom answers my call. I think I got it right though. My poor mother had to help me with my math homework my whole life. And it wasn't easy. It couldn't have been easy. I remember just crying at like the kitchen table because I just didn't understand. Okay. So does that range make sense? 10 to 25%. So you can kind of see how like those are kind of what you're aiming for is like something that doesn't have a ton of stretch to it. Okay. But we still want it to have enough stretch that you can pull it over your head, because that's the other thing. This top doesn't have a zipper. It has some ease to it. This isn't like a super skin tight knit top, okay, because it's not so stretchy. I was trying to sort of emulate something that I could see like Audrey Hepburn wearing. You know, I don't think she would have worn something that was like skin tight, like a jersey top. Like think of her in her like Breton stripes. She would have worn it just like a little bit looser, not totally skin tight like we're used to knits being today. I think that's more of a 50s look to not have it like totally like painted on you, right? So Ponte de Roma is the same thing as Ponte knit. Like yeah, you spelled it right, Jenny. Ponte. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to say is, what if you find something with just a little bit more stretch and you really, really, really want to use it? So I think that's more likely that you'd find something with more stretch rather than less, because there are so many like jerseys and knits on the market these days, and a lot of them tend to be pretty slinky. So I would say if you find something and it's like, let's say it's 30 to 40, like I think that could work. But you're going to have to make some changes, which is why it isn't in the recommended percentage. Okay. So the changes that you would probably make are, you could either go down a size, but then it might be too like, you know, short in the sleeves or too short in the torso. So you might want to actually just take it in on the side seams. So if it's a little bit stretchier, it's going to look bigger on you, and you're gonna like you're gonna have you'll be able to tell when you put it on, because you'll like have the urge to like take in the side seams. So I would say maybe just baste the side seams together on your first round and then see how much you want to take it in. And I would also say, like, resist the urge to take this in till it's skin tight, because like I was just saying, these knits aren't so stretchy that you can make them that tight and still pull them over your head. Yeah, I just said, Christina, you could go down a size, but I think that might make it too short in key places. So yeah, so that's kind of like all of my recommendations. I have some more, like, this is a double knit here. This is pretty stable. This one, let's just measure all my fabrics. This one goes up to 5, so that's 25% stretch on that one. And then here's another Ponte from B&J. Also 25. So 25% is like a nice round number that you can work with. And if you're going shopping, like someday, if we leave our houses again, and you're at Joann's or something like that, you could just bring a little tape measure with you, go up to the bolt of fabric, find 4 inches, see how far it stretches, like if it stretches to 5 inches or less, you're good. And that's just kind of, if it's between 5 and 6, then, proceed with caution, and you might need to make some changes. But yeah, like I hope that answers all of your questions. Like, I think for the most part, if you're buying online, just stick to those recommendations for Ponte and double knit, and those will be great no matter what. So what was the other thing I wanted to say? Uh-oh, guys, it's gone. It's gone. Do you guys have any questions about all that? Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. So I have been doing some online ordering myself of I bought fabric for like 5 new Hepburn tops. And I ordered some Ponte from Mood. I found some with orange stripes, you guys, white with orange stripes. And then I can't remember the other color I ordered. It might be red stripes. And then I also ordered some French terry. So the jury is kind of out on French terry and whether it's going to work overall, but I ordered a couple samples to see if that's something that we could potentially use, because you can find French terry in really cute stripes and prints and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, that's kind of my overall spiel on stable knits. The other thing I would say is that you want to have the right needles on hand. Ponte is very easy to sew. It's kind of like sewing a woven, except for the needle. You should have a ballpoint or a stretch needle on hand. I've also used jersey needles, and they're fine too. So stretch, jersey, or ballpoint should be fine. And just do some tests. If you see any skipping stitches, you haven't hit the right needle yet. Have I met Swatch, the puppet mood? Yes, I have met Swatch. He's very cute, very cute. He's very funny. He's like, he's so like over it all. He's so used to having so many people around that he's like not excited. He's not like, he's not gonna like run up to you because he's like sees so many people every day. He's very cute. SewEnglish.com for the French terry. He's very chill, yes. Oh, this is great to hear that you guys are having good you're having good experiences with small businesses right now ordering online. Yeah, I think some of the bigger businesses are a little overwhelmed, and smaller businesses are a bit more able to meet your needs right now. But I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing. My dress is a night and day dress. I did a little show and tell at the beginning. Yes, it is a night and day. So what do you think, guys? Do you have any more questions? Did I answer every question you're ever going to have about stable knits? I actually had an idea that I would do like an FAQ series. As you guys know, one of my most common questions that I get is, what bra am I wearing? And another common one is, what lipstick are you wearing? And another really common one lately is, what is a stable knit? So I was thinking I could do a little YouTube series that's like FAQ with Gertie. As I mentioned to you guys, I'm thinking about doing a like foundation garment video. And so I definitely want to do that. And I could also maybe answer some more of your questions that I get all the time, but hopefully that'll answer your questions about stable knits. Stone Mountain and Daughter, I just ordered something from them online too, and they shipped it out pretty quickly. General yardage requirement for Hepburn. Those are all on the website. It changes a lot depending on the version you're going to make and the size you're going to make. So I would check it out, because it can go anywhere from like, I think it's like 1.25 yards for the smaller size for just like a cap sleeve version, up to a few yards for like the bishop sleeve and the tie and all that. So it's kind of all over the place. Let's see. My earrings are from Vixen by Micheline Pitt. A rayon challis could work for Lemoire, and I have made Lemoire in rayon challis before. I would definitely use a very stable fabric for your underlining. So like a medium weight muslin would be good. And then I would also say, like, just be prepared for the cutting to be a little tricky, perhaps. If you can put a layer of tissue paper down on your table and then pin your fabric to that, that would be good. Rayon challis can be pretty slinky and difficult to cut accurately. And especially with the Lemoire bodice, you really want to make sure that you're cutting those pieces accurately, because even like 1/4 inch on those princess seams is going to make a big difference. Oh, guys, I have some news. It's exciting. So do you guys remember when I flew out to Cleveland to be on that PBS show, It's So Easy? The videos came out. So they came out last month, and they actually sent them to me so I can upload them onto my YouTube channel, which would be really fun. We can have, I was thinking about doing like a little intro where I talk about what it is and what I filmed, and then I tack that on to the It's So Easy video and then upload it to YouTube. So one of them is on sewing the night and day square collar, the mitered collar. And the other one is on recreating a vintage dress that has this really cool technique in the skirt. It has like buttonholes and then like this like sash threaded through the skirt. So maybe sometime this coming week we could do a little YouTube premiere or something like that. But yeah, I just got to get myself together to make that little intro for you guys. And I think that would be, you know, the It's So Easy song, Michael. Oh my God. Melisha and I sing that around the studio all the time. So it goes, it's so easy. Oh, so easy. I think it still does that. And it's like a guy singing it. It's hilarious. So anytime you feel like something is easy, or even if you feel like it's really not easy, you can sing that song to yourself. And it's really funny. Yeah, so yeah, that's me singing the theme song. Yeah, so we'll do that. So that's cool because that's like new content that I wasn't planning on releasing it on my channel, but I think we should. So there's that. You guys like the theme song? I have to tell you guys too that they did some like, this season was their like 10-year anniversary. And I was on the first episode of the first season. So they wanted to have me back out. And and they did all these like firework like graphics. And it's a lot. And the set is very different from like my set. It's like gray. And there's like a safety pin art wall hanging behind me. And I looked like a little bit of a hot mess. So you guys can't make fun of me. I don't know what the situation was with the lighting, but I look like really tired and old. So don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me when you see it. It's not my fault. Yeah, I feel like I'm not my usual effervescent self on these videos. But because you know why? I'm not like ragging on PBS or It's So Easy or anything like that. I feel like it's really hard for me to work within that structure of like having 10 minutes. Like open-ended is great, impromptu is great, but if I have a producer like counting down in my ear how much time I have left, it's just like, it's like a personality killer to me because I'm just like freaking out. I get really nervous. So go easy on me. I think it went pretty well, but yeah, I feel like I've gotten better at doing video sort of on my own terms and like not so great on other people's terms. Yeah, right, Felicia? It's so hard to function with someone talking into your ear, especially when you're like being filmed for TV. It's really hard. It's really hard. So, but you know, I think it's fine. It'll be fine. So yeah, we'll do that. You can't hear me right now? My sound went off. Is this true, guys? You can't hear me? You can? Oh, okay. You can hear me? Okay. I just saw Melisha said she can't hear me. She's joking? Oh, Melisha, don't joke about that. I am hurt. She's messing with me. This is terrible. This is terrible. All right. All right. All right. Hi, Jenny. Forget it. It's me. Melisha turned her sound off. Turn your sound on, Melisha. You know, I'm sensitive about that. I worry about my microphone. Yeah, so that's all. It's okay, Melisha. You muted me. She loves to do that. Let's see. I saw some questions before I went on this. Trisha asked, I know you've mentioned it in previous videos, but what kind of scissors do you use? So Trisha, these are my absolute favorite scissors. They are the Kai, Kai N5210. That is Kai N5210. Under 20 bucks on Amazon. They are amazing. Highly recommend you get those. They also have like a little embroidery size, which I can't find right now, which I really recommend too. These are great. They're like super sharp. They're very lightweight, so your hand won't get tired. Let's see. Oh yeah. Reagan did, yeah, this was so funny. She did a dress with the ribbon and the buttonholes. This is actually why I started thinking about that video, because I saw yours. So we must have been inspired by the same vintage dress, and I saw hers. I was like, oh my God, did you see the video? Because I know that the video for this dress recreation is up on the It's So Easy site, but I haven't said anything about it. So I thought maybe Reagan, you had seen it and used the tutorial. So I was so excited, but it turns out she like, great minds think alike. And we probably saw the same dress and recreated it. And it looks like we had this kind of same idea about how to do it. So let's see. It's so easy. Someone had a question about gingham. Oh, Susie says, I have 5 yards of gingham. Which dress would you suggest? I mean, which dress wouldn't I suggest for gingham? Night and Day is great, this version of Night and Day. Or what about a L'Amour? We've done L'Amour in gingham, which you can see looks really great. Yeah, I think those would be the like sort of best 2 starting points. Don't you think so, guys? The black and white gingham. Yes, the black and white gingham, Reagan. That's so funny. And I actually made a version in black and white gingham. I made one in pink and white and one in black and white. So I'll put it up soon and you guys will see it, what we're talking about. All right. When am I pitching a show to Netflix? Do you think they would like this? Me hanging out, drinking Coke Zero, and talking about stretch percentages? Is this compelling TV, guys? Oh, Marin, I know you want me to do my Amazon affiliate thing. I know. There are some things that I just feel like I'm never going to do. And that's one of them. I don't know. It's hard right now. The other thing that I really want to do that I feel like I'm never going to do is I want to go back to all of my YouTube lives and like edit the descriptions for what I actually end up talking about, and also edit the thumbnail with some little screenshot from the day so you can see like what I was wearing or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why that just seems like I'm never going to do that. I have 42,000 YouTube followers and how many hundreds of thousands globally that adore me. Oh, guys, stop. If Tiger King can happen, Gertie's World totally would sell. I will say, guys, I don't know what's going on. If it's just that like my lives are so compelling, but I've been seeing, or maybe just that everyone is at home and bored, but I've just been seeing a big uptick in my audiences all over. So when I started, so let me just talk for a second. When we started the Patreon, part of the goal was to make more YouTube content, because I felt like I've had 25,000 subscribers on YouTube for like 10 years. Like it's just kind of stayed there. You know what I mean? I haven't done a lot with it. And if you like, I don't have a big output on YouTube. And so what I wanted to do was sort of like raise the funds to do more free YouTube content, but also simultaneously create paid exclusive content for Patreon. So that's why I was suddenly able to be creating these new like long form YouTube shows that were totally free because we had the funding from Patreon. So this is all to say that like since I started that, I went from 25,000 followers to what, 42,000 followers on YouTube, like really quickly. So it's just been like really gratifying to see, like to have a goal like that. Like, okay, I'm going to build the YouTube following and try to be more active on YouTube and have more video, and to do it like within a couple months to see that sort of like growth. So, I mean, that's all thanks to you guys, and thanks to the Patreon too, especially. So, yeah, that's been really exciting. And yeah, I don't know what's going on my Instagram too, but like, I just hit 70,000, which was really exciting. So, yeah, it's been good. Oh, thank you guys. You didn't realize subscribing on YouTube was a thing. Yeah, you can do it. I'm subscribed to a couple people. I subscribed to a guy, Gunner, Cooking with Gunner or something like that. He's great. Christine McConnell, obviously. I don't remember who else I'm on. American Duchess. Yeah, those are great shoes. I'm I'm being promoted more by YouTube. Yeah, I guess like the more you do, the more you show up, you know? So that's exciting. Yeah, and that's also kind of why I've felt a little, I mean, I know we've all felt frustrated. I don't feel like I have some special, you know, like claim to being frustrated right now, but like it's been hard for me to gain that momentum with what we were producing for YouTube and then have it suddenly like 2 months in, like we only did like 2 months to not be able to produce the work to the standards that I was becoming accustomed to. So, you know, it is what it is. And I mean, that also, I wouldn't be doing all these lives if it weren't for that. So I'm kind of just creating different content, I guess. So, yeah. All right, everyone. Preen break. So this has been really fun. It's been really great to see you all again. I feel like it's been so long. So I'll be back tomorrow. So sometime this week, wish me luck. Just gotta preen my pony, my pigtail. Sometime this week, we should do that test with the 2 videos, with the 2 webcams, and that would be really fun. And then what else? What else can we do? We have, I mean, there's so much we can do. So much. I had some other ideas for show and tell. Would you guys like to see my vintage plates sometime? I also have a little stack, not a big one, of like vintage patterns I could share with you up here. That's a fun little stack. Yeah, so much we can do here at Grey Gardens. That would be interesting. Vintage patterns. You want to see my plates? Yeah, so much. So much. Do a video on sewing with elastic thread. Yeah, that's been kind of on the to-do list forever. Maybe that would be a good live stream once I can figure that out. If I have elastic thread here. I don't think I do. But that's been on the list of things because people ask that all the time, how to do elastic shirring. So yeah. Yeah, we could do that. There's so much we can do. We could hang more pictures in my hallway. That's on my list. Another sewing circle. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when we're going to do the next one, but we'll definitely plan another very soon. All right, everyone. So this has been really fun. It's been great to see you all again. And I will be back tomorrow at the same time, so 5 p.m. All right. So we'll just kind of, someone just asked, oh, this color is Benjamin Moore Misted Rose. It's a really pretty pink. It looks kind of faded in on the thingy ding, but it's very rich in person. It's very beautiful. You just want to follow me do my chores. Should we wash dishes together? What else could we do? You want to walk around my house and we could try to find the charger for my vacuum? I have like this little dust bunny sucker upper thingy and I cannot find the charger. So the dust bunnies are out of control. Let's do an hour of the camera focused on Henry. Oh, has there been any more discussion with B&J about the collaboration? Yes, there has. So Ishai from B&J has been super busy, and I don't know if you noticed on their feed this week, they posted how they just coordinated the sort of like organization of 50,000 yards of fabric to get to factories who are making masks and stuff now. So they've been super busy with really important stuff. And they are going to work with us on this collaboration. And I have I'll have more news on that very soon. Okay, so one of those things will be something that you'll see here on YouTube, and the other will be on Patreon. So exciting, exciting stuff. There are brooms for that. There's just nothing like this little thingy ding. Dishes. Okay. So I have, if you guys are asking about hairstyles, I have done live stream hair tutorials here. So make sure to check that out. My last one wasn't a very big success, but I tried to entertain you all. So they've been super busy, and it'll be coming soon. I've been trying not to bother them too much. It's so funny. Like Ishai's so busy. So when I send him an email, it takes him like several days to get back to me. And then as soon as I hear back from him, I'm so excited that I write back like within an hour, and he must be like, oh my God, this woman. But they are great. So I can't wait to show you what that is. It's going to be super exciting. All right, everyone. So you've been wearing your hair in that twisted style. Okay. I'm glad I was able to help someone. I rewatched that. That live stream was all over the place. Another thing we could do is we could look at all my nail polish colors that I just bought. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah. We looked at some of my eyeshadows last week. That was very fun. Yeah, so much we can do. All right, everyone. This has been super fun. What car do I drive? I drive a really old Camry. It has a really big dent in the back, and it's 11 years old now. Yeah. It's not a flashy car, but it's very reliable. You envision me in a cool classic car, Cadillac. Yeah, people have I've known people who have a real problem with my car, because it is like, it's not the car of someone who has a lot of personal style or like self-confidence or anything like that. But I will say it has given me nary a problem for many years. And that's important to me in a car. And I don't drive that much. I drive, obviously now I don't drive at all, but the studio is just across the river. So, yeah, I just don't do a lot of driving, and I haven't even hit 100,000 miles on it. So, yeah, gets you from point A to point B. I'm a big believer in that. I'm not really that into cars, but yeah, that's what I drive. You love a Mercury Comet. Yeah, I'd like a new car someday, but it's definitely not a priority for me financially. Your car is 20 years old. All right, everyone. So this has been lovely. We will be back here tomorrow, 5 p.m. And I can't wait to see you again. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good day. Have a good morning. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.